Okay guys, here we go with the second part of Behind Blue Eyes by The Who. And at the end of the last lesson I gave you some chords that you could kind of strum for the verse that's coming up right after the intro. So we've done the picking part of the intro so far, everything over that E sus4 chord. And the chords that I gave you at the end that you can strum, those are actually the chords that you're going to be playing to pick this section that I'm going to show you in this video right now. But I just want to review over those real quick. So the chords you're going to be learning, sorry about that, got an email. The chords you're going to be learning are, to start off with, an E minor. Okay, and check out my chord library if you don't know any of these chords. But you got your E minor. On this one song, you can also do it with your first and second finger if you want, because you're going to go to a G right after. And that keeps that first finger where it's at if you're fingering it that way. But however you want to do it, that's really not that big a deal, so that'll work. E minor, just like that, and then your G, typical G. Okay. Then we're going to go to the D chord. Okay, so just a normal D. Now we will hit a little bit of a D suspended 4 here. So you put your pinky down on the 3rd fret of the skinny E string. So remember that, D suspended 4. Then we've got kind of a C add 9 deal going on. It's not exactly a C add 9, it's really like a suspended add 9. But anyways, basically 3rd fret on the A string, 3rd fret on the B string, and then everything else open. Start at the A string, strum down, if you're strumming the whole thing. A sus2, so open on the A, second on the, really it's like an A with the B string open. So open on the A, second on the D and the G, and then open on the B, open on the E. Okay? So those are the chords you're going to learn, or you're going to use for this. And if you want to just kind of strum, you'll be fine. It'll sound great. You know, you can go into, you know, what's my chord? So D suspended 4, back to D. To be the same man. So C add 9. And then A sus2. Behind blue eyes. You're going to do your... That really comes later, actually. I'm just kind of playing around here. But you can strum those chords and it'll sound great. Okay? So nothing wrong with that, but I do like to be as accurate as I can on these lessons. So now I'm going to go through the actual picking part. And if you want to play it exactly like them, then this is how you do it, okay? So starting off, this is right after the intro, after all that E suspended 4 stuff. You're going to go back to an E minor. And we've got this a different picking pattern for each chord for the most part. So hold your E minor down, and this is your pattern, okay? When you've got the E minor down, you're going to go E string, then D, G, skinny E string, B, G, and then A. Okay, so one more time. E, D, G, E, B, G, A. Okay, so. That's for your E minor. As soon as you're done with that one, go to your G chord, and then you're going to go E string, G, B, E, B, G. Then E string again, thick E string, and then G string. Okay, so that one again was E, G, B, E, B, G, thick E string, back to G string. Okay? So far, and G string. Alright, now after you go from the G chord, after that we've got our D chord. This one gets a little tricky here, so I'm going to take it slow, okay? Hold down your D chord, and we're going to use the suspended 4 in a second, but not yet. So D chord, and start at the D string, and go up the strings, okay? That means physically down on the strings, so D, G, B, E, and then back down, B, G, D, Okay, so one more time, that was. By the way, you can see me looking at my tabs here that I've already tabbed out. Download those if you're watching this on the website. Download the tabs so you can follow along. Okay, so we've gone through that part. Now we're going to go back to the skinny E string, then B. Now you're going to go to the D suspended 4. So put that pinky down and pluck the E string, and then B string, G string. Now pick that pinky back up as you play the skinny E string, B, G, D. Okay? So all the way through the D chord, it's this. D string, G, B, E, B, G, D, E, B, D suspended 4, pluck the E string, B, G, pick your pinky back up to D, D chord, so E string, B, G, D. So take a look at it one time without me talking so much. It goes. Okay. So that's your D string. I'm sorry, that's your D chord. Then we're going to go to that C add 9. Now, on this one, you're going to start on the A string, then skip the A string and go to the D. Sorry, skip the D string and go to the G. So it's A string and then G, B, E, back down to B, G, D, G. Okay, so one more time. A, G, B, E, B, G, D, G. And you're going to do that whole thing 2 times in a row for the C add 9. So, yeah. Okay. Now you're going to go to the A sus 2. And we get lucky here because it's the exact same thing as the C add 9. Same pattern. So start on the A string and do everything the same. A, G, B, E, B, G, D, G. And then do it again. Okay, so one more time. Alright, so that's the picking pattern for the chord progression. Instead of just strumming them, that's what you do. You actually pick them, and that's extremely accurate as far as all the picking that's actually done in the song. Okay, so that takes you through all the way through the section until we go into the C chord where it goes. They are as empty as my conscience seems to be. Love is vengeance, never free. Back into no one knows what it's like again. So let's go through that. That actually is strumming though, and you might have recognized all the chords and everything and how to do it. But let me break it down for you, okay? So the chords you're gonna be using here are gonna be C, D, and G. Okay? Now the one thing I want to point out is you can kind of fake the picking part if you want to. Just before I get too deep into this, if you want to do these other chords and just kind of go, you know, and just kind of partially do it, you'll still sound really good, you know. So if you're having trouble hitting the wrong strings, you want to work on it, but you just kind of go through there and fake it. It'll sound okay. Now getting into this part, but my dreams, they aren't as empty as my conscience seems to be. So we're going to get into that now. Sorry, I had to backtrack there for just a second. So anyways, C chord, D chord, G chord, and we kind of do the C at 9 thing and back to the G. So you're going to go, but my dreams, D chord, and the G chord. Now what I'm doing there is just going to kind of a C add 9 thing. So I go to the G. Okay, so you can see I'm just moving my first finger and my second finger from the G to a C add 9 and then back up. Okay, so but my dreams, they aren't as empty as my, back to a C, C, D, E. And so what you do there is go to a D, or an E sus4. Sorry, that same E sus4 that you did in the intro. Okay, so as my conscience seems to be, I have, and then you're going to go to a B minor here. I have hours only lonely. Okay, so C chord. My love is vengeance. D chord. And there's a little D suspended 4 action there. Vengeance. Never free. And we're going to go to the A sus2 there. The A sus2 is twice as long, so you're just going to stay on it. And then a flourish. And that's just a quick, 1, 2, 3, like that. 1, 2, 3. A sus. And then you're back into no one knows what it's like. So you're back into the picking after that. And you're going to go through that whole thing again, and again go through but my dreams, they aren't empty. Not the same lyrics exactly, but you're going to do the same chord progression. So that's how you do that whole section, though. I think that's everything up to the point I wanted to do in this video. So download the tabs and follow along with the tabs. It makes it much easier. Plus, you don't have to always have the video on. You can sit there quietly and kind of look at the tabs and follow along and memorize it a little easier that way. Okay? So if you have any questions, email me at feedback@mikesguitarlessons.com. If not, good luck.